Alright, so this right here is the violin I've been working on. It's not quite glued yet, but I do intend to do that today. I just have a few clamps holding it in place. Currently, I am working on the neck area. Um, just a little while ago, I took apart an old instrument that I had. It was worth $20. It was one of those off of Amazon. This is actually maple and the top isn't spruce. So this is just my practice instrument, so I'm not quite worried about how it'll sound as I'm just practicing carving the body. I don't quite have all the tools or even the neck block to carve a neck myself, or even the skills yet, which is why I went ahead and just took it apart. This is just so I can practice putting it together, really. So that is what I'm going to be doing over the next little while. Along with that, I have the fingerboard from it. I have the bass bar, which I've already done a little bit of shaping to try and get it to fit in. I just need to put it into the top piece. I've got the chin rest. I've got some pegs, the bridge, this thing that goes in the end, which we'll also put on. A sound post, which might be too short, but we'll get into that later. Oh, and the end button. The first thing I need to do is go ahead and get some hide, or make some hide glue. So I'm going to get my pot for that, and I'll go ahead and turn it to there, and I'll plug it in. And I'll go ahead and grab some water, and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so I just got some water in my crock pot here to make the hide glue. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to get my hide glue granules, which are over here. We'll be using a lot today, so I'm probably going to need to get some more later for other projects, but for now I think I have enough. I'm going to go ahead and just pour a little bit in. And I'll add a little bit of water. But something I do want to do is actually make the the peg box black. So I'm going to go ahead and grab some paint real quick. It might not be the best thing to use if it was a normal instrument, but it's not. It's probably not even real wood, so I'm going to go ahead and grab that. Okay, so I am now going to paint the peg box black on the scroll here. I've got some just acrylic paint. I don't think that's typical, but it'll work for what I'm doing. Nothing special, it's my first time anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and start painting that. So I have just finished painting the peg box, and now it is still wet, but the inside is all black now, which is more like what I think they're supposed to be. So we'll set this aside along with the paint. It's getting warm now, but it needs a little bit more water, so I'll add some more. Add quite a bit, and then I'll add more granules because that was not enough. I'll let that sit for a minute. Alright, so the other thing I'm currently doing is refining this little area that the neck will attach to. So it's going to go in like this. It's not great yet. You can kind of see, especially in the front, and the neck is still a little messed up. But I think that's probably fine. It'll still go in if I carve it right. So I need to just get this little corner here. And then, of course, make this pretty because it's just kind of broken away there, which is not ideal. So I've got this chisel, and I'm just gonna start chipping away at it. Like this. I've also got this blade, which I'm going to use to scrape away at it just a little bit. And so I did notice when I was trying to get my neck situated here that, well, let me take this horrendous thing off. The fingerboard came off earlier, so I just kind of glued it back on taped it on temporarily. So I did notice when I was carving out that little notch at the top there that my instrument, it lines up pretty sweet right there, which I actually am really excited about. But the neck block, since it's since it's made for a different instrument, this part right here needs to be taller. And so earlier I took off, basically when I cut it out of the instrument, I took this little tab with it because they didn't use hide glue, they had used like wood glue, and so it would not come undone, which was unfortunate because if I left that tab on, then I could have just put it on here and it would be like this and it would be perfect. But I took it off earlier because I didn't think of it, and so now I need to basically make up for that gap somehow, which means I need to find something that will go there in its place. I could just take a piece of scrap wood maybe, and that could be fine, but again, I'm not quite sure. So let me go see what I have real quick, and I'll be back. Okay, so I've got this little piece of wood that was from in the instrument. I think it's a good height, but I gotta get this off somehow because I need just the wood. And this isn't real varnish because I took sandpaper to it and it has not done. I don't think it's real varnish, but I can try this, which I don't like, but I gotta do it somehow. Well. Okay, so I've got this little piece of wood that's going to go on right here. I'm now going to glue it. And let me actually get a clamp ready. This one will work quite well. Alright, there's glue on it, and I'm now just going to let it dry, and I'm going to grab my bass bar. Okay, the next thing I want to begin doing is taking this tape off and gluing the fingerboard back onto the neck since it broke a little while ago, since I have the glue ready. So we're going to break that away to this one. Okay, now I'm going to coat the neck in the glue. And that is perfect, minus whatever the heck that is. Go ahead and grab another clamp of mine. No, that one doesn't work. Okay, I'll get a different clamp. Okay, that has now been clamped and set aside to dry. Now I have, get rid of that. This thing is looking pretty good now. Okay, I've now just finished my little platform thing. It's glued in, dried, and I just sawed off the extra bit. So now, oh, I also fixed this, so that's good. We now need to glue this in place. Okay, so now I've got my back plate, I've got the middle ribs, and I've got the top plate, which has the base bar currently drying on this corner that came up. So we're going to undo that. And, ooh, my clamp. And that looks good. Ready for gluing, so I'm going to put this clamp back. Alright, let's see here. It's a little messy, but it'll still work. So now we just gotta put it all on. So that's gonna be exciting. This is gonna look at how I want to do it. Okay. Both of the things I need to work on right now are drying. I guess I just... I don't have to do that. All right. It is now, or the bottom is now glued on to the ribs. There's a few little things like this part here, but that's just because of the way I made it, since it was my first time I messed it up. But we'll address that later. The top is not glued on, and I will not be gluing the neck on either right now. It was just too much to do at once. So I'm going to be gluing the top and the neck in the next video. So yeah, hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.